feels like at the moment there is so much coming for Terra Luna Classic. Every time I open either Terra Station or I'm looking at the developers on Twitter, there does seem to be more and more that just makes me even more excited about this project. It feels like the market's really struggling at the minute, and if we're honest, Terra Luna has also done the same, but we are seeing a slight move up in the market as we see some big proposals and also re-enabling those IBCs. We want to talk all about it in this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with everything going with Terra Luna Classic and cryptocurrency, and also leave a like on this video. Let's dive straight into it. Here we go. Let's take a look at the global market. You can see 2.9% today, 803 billion. So a good step on in the global market. You can see Bitcoin hovering above that 16k mark. ETH having a really good run, up 3.5%, and a number of coins all in the green on the day. Excellent to see. A lot of them trending upwards north of 5%. Again, always positive as the market moves this way. Now, you've always got to take it with a pinch of salt, bearing in mind where we have been over the last couple of weeks. But as we move down the list, we can see Terra Luna Classic having its absolute lion's share at nearly 8% up in the 24-hour, hovering at 16.18. Always good to see. Now, remember, we do have that Binance burn coming up in just over 10 days time, so always good to see our volume starting to increase at 141 million on the day. Market cap though still just under that $1 billion mark, waiting for that move. Now, if we look into a bit more detail, we can see this really nice spike as we see some big money coming into Luna Classic. RSI almost trending into the oversold part, overbought part, which is very, very interesting to see, but some aggressive 1 hour candles for Terra Luna Classic. Will this maintain? I'd like to think we'll see definitely some sort of consolidation around this kind of 16s. You can see it touched a few times here at that 16.09 level. We also have a good level of support down here, kind of slightly lower at the 15.6. We'll have to see. What's really good to see though with this is we aren't just seeing a huge spike in green. We are actually seeing it over a number of hours, which shows that it's a bit more of an investment as opposed to just a huge pump and dump, and I think it's important. Likewise, USTC seems to be correlating with that as we see money flow going into USC. But good to see, all in all, Luna Classic starting to move upwards. Hopefully we can touch the 17s. It'd be nice to see that over the course of the next couple of weeks. We thought we were in for a pretty tough week, but like I said, there is more stuff coming out. Now, taking a look at that multi-signature wallet proposal, we talked about this yesterday. I'll leave a link in the description to that video so you can go and check it out, but it does look like it's moving along quite nicely. Still a bit of a way to go. We do have 4 no votes from a number of the validators out there. Equally, just 1 vote from Vegas right now, and a lot of people abstaining from voting, which is going to be interesting. So this one isn't sealed and delivered, and I actually for one agree with those no votes. I do think this delays us. I do think this slows down the process of onboarding, particularly when you start to look into the Luna chain and really bringing some of those projects across. We now have an NFT platform that can launch NFTs on Terra Luna Classic, so I think we just have to be really sensible about this. This for me isn't the quickest way to bring proposals on board. It's not the quickest way to build on it, and again, this is about taking our lion's share of projects and getting them to build on Luna Classic. We need more and more dexes, we need more and more projects, NFT projects, as well as a number of other things. So I actually kind of agree with those voting no, that I do think this isn't the right way forward just at the minute where we're having to multi-sig everything that's going to go through. I actually don't think we should have done the previous vote in which we gave the power entirely to the community to support the funds. I think we trust in the development team. They've brought us so far, and I think we absolutely should put that trust back in there. But let's see what happens with it. Again, not many voting yes. We'll see a lot of the big validators still to vote on this, so this will be interesting. Now remember, in the last couple they did not vote on it, so that's going to be interesting to see. One other big thing I wanted to bring to you, and you must have seen this, the Binance Lunk community showdown. Binance Lunk won it hands down. 36,000 hashtag mentions, and this is important because this gets the message of Terra Luna Classic out. It shows our community is still as strong as ever. Yes, the price, we always want to see the high price moving up, but actually in line, like I talked about yesterday with the market, we are doing a good job. Now, the big news though, re-enabling IBC to Osmosis, Juno, and Crescent. This is bigger than I think people recognize, and for me, it needs to be talked about, so make sure you smash in that like button so people know about it. But it says the proposal introduces core code to re-enable the IBCs between Luna Classic and the following 3 channels: Osmosis, Crescent, and Juno. And it says about during the DPEG, it was disabled to ensure that they couldn't be kind of swapped between the two, but now working on a layer 1, layer 2 chain upgrade that would re-enable IBCs. However, due to breaking changes and significant test requirements that need to occur for the chain to reach parity with greater Cosmos ecosystem. We have discussed separating the IBC channel from the overall software upgrade. And we have talked about that version 24 coming down the line with an upgrade to that, to integrate us back into that Cosmos ecosystem, which I think is really, really important. So it just separates the reopening of the IBCs from the larger chain upgrade and offers it now. Dead important. We open up these chains as soon as possible. You can see there, the target block to reopen these will be 10.542.500 or the December the 5th, and it would allow the trapped assets on both sides of the channel to flow via the opened IBC channel, most of which is trapped on Osmosis. Allows all those people that maybe have lost a little bit of faith in Terra Luna Classic and maybe thought, do you know what, why can't I do it? All of a sudden, they have access to it. It brings us other users and other new investors also to Terra Luna Classic. The version 1.0.4 release exists on the reopen IBC branch of the Terra Rebels GitHub repository and incorporates the following changes from v1.0.1, the Dragonberry patch, and they are all linked there. I'll link this article down in the description so you can come over and check it out. It says, if the VS vote indicates the change should adopt this patch now and proceed with the opening of the channels and clients between the three channels, and no vote would indicate the community does not want to proceed with the reopening of the IBCs at this time. So a lot of sentiment in the yes from everyone. Like I said, it does open it up to a number of other investors. Likewise, it brings those chains back and it takes us another step closer to getting back to a normal ecosystem in which we are opening up chains to other blockchains, to other ecosystems, to other potential investors, and those investors that still haven't really got their funds back out. I see a lot of people sending me messages about Wrapped Luna and a number of other things. So again, the quicker we get the IBC's channel open, the quicker we get back to a level of normality with Terra Luna Classic. For me, that's where things start to become pretty exciting. Again, talking about price 16.19 currently, for me, that's where it kind of becomes all pretty exciting. Lots more coming with Terra Luna Classic. We continue to build in this market, and I think that is important, and it shows how strong our community is. That's what I've got for you in this video. As ever, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like the video on the way out. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.